Yeah, cool. So I'm going to start reading from Black Jam, a pamphlet of Broken Sleep books. The first poem I'm going to read is inspired by A, the Sonic the Hedgehog computer game, and B, by my long love of villains in all popular culture, right back to when I was a kid. They just have better clothes, they live in better places, they have better style, they always look better than, you know, the good guys. So this is called Stylistically, the Villain Always Wins. Imagine forever playing villain, known not for the killing of men, but for the capture of capricious critters. Imagine a tableau of fluffiness in rapture, a woodland cornucopia. Imagine your raison d'etre was not to sever but save, brine their bones in chrome, create the fanged fauna of the future forest. This was my vision, my life's mission. I have the hands of a craftsman. I was planted in that cold egg to hatch metallic into air, to hatch alone, the sole survivor of this pastel paradise. Or so I thought, until a star fell snarling to my world. The hedgehog, like a scorched tire, a roulette turn of dice, a hedgehog like the cusp of ice. Every day he revs up, rolls out, his hunger burning to the quick, all through the violet hills. And so it became my design to die in blood baubles of flame, in the bowels of watchtowers, in scalding sulfuric rain, in flowers of metal detritus blown from a smouldering base. I died and died and died. Oh, but not quite. Never the whole hog. I was scrambled and hard boiled. I was poached and each time scrambled back. Layer on layer of white, a ghostly lick of pavlova. How this world punishes those whose thoughts seem outre. How this world rewards those like the hedgehog, fast and brash and loud. I am more your factory stock mannequin, stoic, locked in, dreaming wooden dreams, threading love through each mechanical limb. People like us carve up our own bit of land, become surgeons of Eden. We learn that life can be made ours. We learn the lovely firm of scalpel to sternum. My second poem, I'm just going to deviate from the pamphlet and read a poem from, which was recently published in Poetry Wales magazine. The poem sort of starts referring to my late aunt, who when I was a child used to dress me up for Halloween as a witch. and I would go out like that. But in reality, she didn't really dress me up as a witch. She used to dress me up as an old lady. I think she just found it funny, and I've got a photo, so I don't know if everyone can see this. This is me as a child, dressed up as a very busty old lady that my auntie used to dress me up as, which she found hilarious. But in the poem, I'm dressed up as a witch. So this is called I Am Your Witch. Playing dress up, and you, a giant mouth, rosy globes of bone. In this bedroom universe, my head's blonde moon orbits the planet of you. Such forests of makeup we push through to find the witch within. You set obsidian lakes on my nails, chalked twilight across my cheeks. You never forget the bin bag's crinkle as it's taped around your body in lieu of a costume. The waxy green effulgence, fake fingers, full chest. You spun me around toward October burning, the night so buttered with amethyst. This boy, you took his mind, you let the gender bending bats in, let the spider eyes in, sweeps of eyeliner slashes between seductive worlds. I play your cassette tape that raises a light cage over us, that wards off memory loss, which is the true death. I was born raw as whale fat, how horror movies licked their bloodlight over me, how once you stood in the kitchen, lopping a glistening pineapple down to gold hoop earrings. We could have smeared the word pineapple using your ashes and it would mean something. Once God was stuck to the stuccoed ceiling of that house, a white gloved hand, a mouse pointer. Playing Nintendo, we shriek with laughter as we kick bombs back and forth, you shouting, "I'm dead," so many times as if rehearsing for the big day, the day that came too soon, as if tempting fate the way a moth invites itself to your lips. The one thing I keep is the vial of nail polish. I'm thumbing the black crust off it when the call comes through, when my mother's howl stabs upwards from the hallway, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I meant only to talk about the time I went as a ghost into the dripping night. Your warmth followed me. Tarmac exhaled from fresh rain, dark as liver. Your fingers at my back, I swear for a moment that my trainers left the mirrored ground. I'm going to go back to the pamphlet and read a poem I've not read before. Where is it? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This poem is called Prove It. It was firmly hinted I should broadcast my bereavement, tweet it, reap the rubies of popping candy likes, then back to stale newsrooms. Far more interesting deaths are happening elsewhere. How am I meant to market this? Find your incredible, think positive. It was inferred a dignified silence would not do. This congregation sits in a peep show booth's dark, likes ready for death's binary brine. Look, I'm crying, take my bloody stone. Litanies, have the lot. One moment. My last poem, again, is a new one. Just before I read it, I just want to say thanks, Aaron. Thank you for publishing me in the first place and kind of setting me off on a brilliant journey of poetry and for inviting me onto this reading. So this is called Mother. The well-worn trope is this. The parents malfunction on hearing they will not be grandparents. I discovered my imagined offspring were ghost apples, dripping glass. It dawned on me the way a sneeze catches an elevator through the body, a queasy stealing of self before an explosion of truth. Sam Austin says homosexuality is God's way of ensuring the truly gifted aren't burdened with children. Mother, do I need an excuse to exist? We have, the data says, a greater propensity toward compassion. I imagine a cyborg's earnest eyes simulating tears. Kindness and wit are the tools with which we equip ourselves. Love, when I hold your hand in public, my eyes fire chemtrail lasers. The professor at the TED Talk says nature designed us to ensure the family survives. In the heart of distress, the mother's body speaks, I'm in trouble. She switches on the gay gene to create for herself an ally. Mother, as I slept small as a dream in you, the divorce was in full swing. Is my plasma extra salty? I imagine veins on a lathe, blood from your womb's cave spinning me into existence. DNA is only code's wet counterpart, and you housed all the hardware to make me your avatar. When you poured forth your guts, was it to bake the mold that would grow up a sim, a shield sun, a vessel to absorb the toxins of this polluted heaven? The unspoken trope is this: we hatch into the orchard, hard bodies soft against soil. The curves of our circuitry a mismatch for the parallel rows of plots. Cacophony of crickets in the shrub, a haunting of voices. We age, our futures spoil, ghost apples thudding to earth. In the trees, pieces of icy light, son and daughter shaped.